Well, woo! Cheerio, my dears, and welcome to the finally new episode of Ladies of London, Bravo's new show. And if you go on iTunes right now, you can download the episode for free. All right, this first episode is called My Fair Ladies of London. I took tons of notes, and I feel like I'm underdressed, so I will be putting on my fancy hat. Yes. Eat your heart out, Caroline. All right. I have another review, which I probably will be linked down below, which is a more in-depth review of all the ladies on the show. Let's get started. It starts off with Caroline, and she is talking about that Brett and Brangelina are her neighbors. Now, she is British, and her family is worth over $1 billion. She's been married for 11 years to an investment banker, and she has a 7-year-old girl and 3-year-old twin boys. Then we meet Caprice, and she has an accent, but she is from Hacienda Heights, California. She's been living in England for 17 years, and she dated Rod Stewart, David Spade, Dennis Quaid, and she's dating an American right now who she's having a baby with, and she's 7 months pregnant. And she also owns a lingerie line called By Caprice Lingerie, and it makes $6.5 million annually in sales. And so these two meet, Caroline and Caprice, and they're discussing Polo in the Park, and they're talking about Annabelle, who is also a British lady, and she actually has an aristocratic family, and she used to be Alexander McQueen's muse for 20 years until he killed himself, but she still hasn't gotten over it. She loves to ride horses. She's getting back into it, and she's actually participating in a race to raise funds for a school in Ethiopia. And then we meet Noelle from Seattle. I think she's 30 years old. They didn't disclose her age, but she's been in London for 10 years, and she is the so-called gold digger. So she is engaged to somebody for 4 years now, Scott Young, who's been in the newspaper about filing for divorce for his wife, and he's been in jail for 3 months because he wouldn't disclose his financial records. So she and Caprice meet, Noelle and Caprice meet, and they're talking about the rumors, but you know how this is going to stay with her probably quite a while after, even after he gets his divorce, it's still going to follow her, haunt her. Then we meet Marissa. She's from Newport Beach, California. She's been in London for 5 years, and she's married to a British man named Matt Herner for 3 years. They have a 19-month-old son, and he owns a nightclub called Bougie, which is famous for hosting the royals and A-list celebrities and musicians. Now, she and her husband were having a picnic in the park, and I thought it was so cute. They have this thing called Hamper in the Park, where they bring you a basket full of goodies like tea and coffee and scones or whatever. So I thought that was quite lovely. Then we meet Juliet. Juliet is from Chicago, and she's been living in London for 3 years right now because her husband of 6 years, Gregor, works in advertising, and he got transferred to London. She works in fashion PR, and they have 2 kids, and they were showing them playing tennis with a British couple, and oh my gosh, the faces they gave her because she was so loud. You know, when you play tennis, you gotta make some noises because you gotta get that ball over the net. And she was just letting it all out, and they were like, oh, too loud, too noisy. All right, so then Marissa and Juliet met for tea with Noelle, and they were gossiping some more about, or talking about some more about Noelle's situation with her fiance. The next thing, the big thing of the story, the big theme of the show was the Polo in the Park. That was the big event. That's the kicking off of the summer season. And they show everybody getting ready, and Noelle was wearing a hat, which it's a faux pas. For polo, you don't ever wear a hat. Apparently for Ascot horse racing, that's when you wear a hat. But she wore it anyway. She didn't know better. Who cares? It's her first time at a polo match. Give that girl a break. So, well, of course, Caroline didn't let her forget it. And I think she even called it Cruella de Vil or something like that. And then Marissa, Juliet, and Noelle, they were all standing by the fence to watch the polo game, and they were cheering them on. Yay! And the other girls, the British girl, I'm going to throw Caprice in with the British girls because she acts like one. So Caroline, Annabelle, and Caprice, they were all like, whoa, what's going on? This is crazy. You guys are way too loud, too excited. And then Annabelle said they're acting like dogs, terrier, mutt, and poodle. So, yes. Caprice was really bitchy. I was very surprised. And she actually said earlier in the episode that she feels Caroline is more American than she is. So, oh well. So, and then they all leave. The British ladies leave together and the Americans leave together. And we hear Caroline say it was nice to meet them. And she actually likes Juliet. I was very surprised out of all the women that Caroline would like Juliet. Well, we'll see how that goes in the next episode. So, let me know what you thought of this episode, if you watched it, and I will see you guys for the next Ladies of London. Have a fabulous day. Cheerio.